everybody. It is Monday morning, July the 3rd, and everybody's sleeping, so even the dog. So I thought I would hop on here for a few minutes. I don't think I'll be here very long because my husband is an early riser, but I thought I would hop on here and just say hi, see how y'all are doing, let you know I've been watching some of your videos. Yeah, how exciting. So I said I wouldn't do any of this painting yet, and I did start just down here on the I'm starting from the bottom and I'm going to work my way up. So I just picked the one color that was not as prominent, and I just did those. So now I'll do the next color that's not very prominent, and that is the G, and that is number 10. And like I said, I kitted mine up already, and I put it in trays, and some of the trays are too full to work out of. So I'm still using my cat-proof tray, which doesn't bother me a bit. Oh, there's a square one in there. Look at that. It doesn't bother me at all because I love this tray. Love it, love it, love it. So I just moved my canvas. That was not very smart. All right, let me turn my light pad on, and then I'll be able to know where the tray should go. So what I'm trying to do is get all of the edges that are off of the tray done. I mean, off of the light pad done. That way I can just focus on the part that fits on the light pad. So that's kind of a neat way of deciding how to do your painting. I have a large light pad, but it's still smaller than the painting. All right, there's that. So, did you guys do anything fun over the weekend? I know that the holiday weekend is still here, and I am still off work, but I do have a report that's due every week, so I do have a little bit of entering that I have to do today to get the report out tomorrow, because, you know, holidays don't stop the computer system from doing its thing. So I still have to do a little bit of work today. Not much, just some entering. And then I am off again until Wednesday is when the report is made. But I think I can put that off a day because of the vacation. Not the vacation, but the holiday. So we had some friends over yesterday and just had a really good time. Hadn't really sat down and talked with them since pre-COVID. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. We just sat outside while my husband smoked a pork butt, which of course wasn't ready yesterday. So it was a 13-pound pork butt, and it took him 13 hours to smoke it. Yeah, so it's ready for today. He's got it keeping it warm for us so we can have it later on today. Let me do some more of those O's. That was number 11. I don't want to start this W at the bottom because then I won't want to stop. Do you get that way? Do you get where you don't want to stop until it's finished? Well, I don't have all day, so I mean, I could have all day, but I choose to spend some time with my husband. I kind of like him, and I kind of like spending some time with him. And of course, Benson loves being outside. We've got him on I think it's a 40-foot training lead. So it's just like a leash, a really, really long leash. And he doesn't know that the other side doesn't attach to anything. It's just laying in the yard. he thinks he's on a tether. So he doesn't go anywhere, but he can reach just about everywhere in our backyard. And that's always a lot of fun because we can throw the ball further, or in his case, the stick, because he'd much rather have a stick outside than a ball. We looked at a frisbee to get him a frisbee, but they were a little big. I couldn't find a little one that was sturdy enough that he wouldn't bite through, because our dog is a super chewer. But today, it's Monday. It's rained all night, or a good portion of the night last night. And we have scattered thunderstorms in the forecast for today. So it looks like it's going to be an inside day for us, which is okay. We aren't going to die if we can't go outside. The dog might. But this morning when I walked him, now it's early. It is still only 6 o'clock. When I walked him this morning, I had to put wellies on because it was wet. And of course, he comes in from going outside and his feet are all wet. His ears are all wet because he has those long Cocker Spaniel ears. And when he bends down to sniff something and it's wet outside, he gets wet. So he's a mess. What did he do when he came in? He ran right back upstairs and got in the bed. The wet dog. Yeah, he's so cute. We just love him to pieces. He's so funny and different and quirky, and he fits in our family just perfect. Don't run away, Yvonne. There, do you see how nice these go flat in here? Yeah, I love it. All I did was shake it a little. It's a really nice tray. So anyway, so we ended up having baked spaghetti. I took spaghetti we had during the week and mixed it all together and put it in the oven with cheese on it, and then I made a French baguette to go with it and a salad. It was a really nice dinner. And then tomorrow, or today, we will have barbecued pork. And I can't wait. We sat outside and smelled that thing cooking all day. He started getting the fire ready at 6:30 in the morning yesterday. And it was 7:30 before the pork butt was on the flame. And then he has all these timers, and because our smoker is a wood and charcoal smoker, so it's not like one of those electric ones where you can pour in the pellets and just let it go. We actually had to check it when the temperature got to a certain temperature. So my husband has all these timers, a timer for the meat, a timer for the grill itself. And so he would have to, as it was starting to go down, the temperature of the grill, he would have to get a new log and set it on top of the grill to kind of warm it up. Because if you put a cold log in there, it, of course, cools down your flame. So he would put a new log on top of the fire and get it nice and warm. And then when the timer went off, he'd have to put it in. And every time he opened, even just the smoker side, oh my gosh, the smell of this pork butt was, oh my gosh, amazing. I could not wait. And of course, it didn't get done in time, so I had to wait. Oh, making me wait. Like that Heinz commercial, anticipation. I really thought we were going to be eating it yesterday, but no. We'll eat it today. And then when we brought it in from the heat, we wrapped it up and put it in a meat cooler, actually a meat warmer, so it's still going to be warm tomorrow. And then my husband, he made Carolina vinegar barbecue sauce. I don't particularly care for it, and I don't really care for chopped pork either. I like pulled pork, so I said, "You're not going to put it on everything, are you?" And he was like, "No, I'm just going to put it on some." He's like, "I might just put it on the table." I'm like, "Okay." I am not from the South, so that Carolina Virginia barbecue sauce is not for me. Not my favorite thing. I mean, I like Carolina barbecue, okay, but if I really want to enjoy this, I don't want it on mine. Because I really want to enjoy this. My husband doesn't eat red meat. And just this past Christmas was the first red meat he'd had in 11 years. Pork is included in that red meat. We gave it up in 2011 for a health concern and just never picked it back up. Now, the last couple of years, I've been eating red meat occasionally. But Christmas Day was the first time he had red meat in 11 years. And we made steak dinner for Christmas because it was just he and I. And since then, he will eat red meat only if he cooks it. Kind of a, special occasion thing. Oh, excuse me. As a special occasion type thing. But he is not a red meat eater. He'll eat poultry, fish, shellfish, those kinds of things. But red meat, we don't make things like hamburgers with hamburger meat or pot roast or things like that. He just won't eat those. So I save those to make when the oh no, where did my wax go? To make with the kids when they show up. Which is okay. It works out. Wow, I don't know what I did with my wax. I guess I'll open a new one. I hope the dog didn't get it. He's always getting something. All right. So yeah, I promised the little dog that he could have some barbecue today. I spoil him rotten. How he even thought that I wouldn't give him barbecue, I don't know. But anyway, so what kind of barbecue do y'all like? I'm from the Midwest, so our barbecue was red. I'd never, when I first got down here and tried the Carolina barbecue, the first time I got it, I couldn't eat it. Because to me, it looked like cat. Excuse me, sorry about that. To me, it looked like cat food. I slowly got to where I could eat it. But I only really like it in a sandwich with slaw. But where I'm from, barbecue was a red sauce. And we didn't call it a pig roast or whatever. We called it a pig picking. No, other way around. We called it a pig roast. Here they call it a pig picking. Yeah, it's just things, different, different region, different things. But yeah, I am really excited to try it, however. with no barbecue sauce because mine won't be chopped up. So how was the weather by you this weekend? Yesterday was hot, 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 but our backyard is fully shaded. Well, where we sit on the deck is fully shaded by trees. So when there's a little breeze, it can be really hot outside and still be really nice. So we had our friends out back on the deck, and we were out there from, I don't know, for 3 hours, and they from 1 to 4 maybe. It was really nice, really nice. My husband fresh squeezed some lemons and limes, and we had lemonade. I had water, but our friends and my husband had lemonade. And we just sat and just talked and talked and talked. It was like no time had passed since the last time we sat and talked and talked and talked. So it was really fun. It was really fun. And I don't know why we waited so long. You know how that is, right? So there's that. And then what else did we do? We went grocery shopping. Yeah, that was it. We didn't do a whole lot. It was a pretty chill weekend. Today we're both off of work and get to do whatever we want. It's not going to be so nice, so we'll be spending time inside. Today would be a good day to go watch a movie. But we're not going to go to the movies either. G is 10. We'll just hang out at home with the dog. He's sporting his 4th of July bow tie. He's so cute. So he didn't know what to think of our friends when they got here. He was Mr. Barkety. And then he started to realize that they weren't going anywhere. So he started being friendly, and he jumped up in their lap and let them pet him, and just turned into a real show-off boy. That's okay. He's a good boy. He was just protecting us. Heaven forbid something happened to Mommy and Daddy, because he would lose his marbles. We often joke that if somebody stole him, they'd promptly bring him back because he is attached at the hip to his mom and dad. That is not working. All right, so I put wax in my pen and it's still not working. Maybe I didn't push it down far enough or something. I don't know. So let's try this. That's better. So no big plans. We were going to go see that movie. Oh my goodness. It's a Christian movie. Freedom Fighters or something like that. I don't remember. And I decided not to. I just don't know if I could sit in there and be comfortable in a movie theater. My back still, I have to get up when my legs get acting crazy, and because the nerve keeps getting pinched in my back, causing my legs to be funny. And so I just can't guarantee that I wouldn't ruin it for everybody else in the theater by having to get up. So I think I'll just stay home. Turn on some Disney Plus or something. We did, oh, that's what we did. We watched on Saturday afternoon. We grabbed a big bag of popcorn and went downstairs in the den and watched Song of the South, Uncle Remus. I remember I bought it for my husband when they first announced that they were closing Splash Mountain at Disney World. And I went, oh my goodness, I better get this movie now or you're never going to find it again. And so I was able to find a copy of this movie for my husband. So I said, Saturday afternoon, I wanted popcorn. So I said, let's go find a Disney movie to watch. And I had totally forgotten that I had bought this for him. And he turned it on and I went, oh my gosh, that is like, Lazy Retired Granny mentioned it the other day about the Sunday nights Wonderful World of Disney movies that used to come on every week. And it reminded me of watching when we watched it Saturday afternoon. It so reminded me of watching Wonderful World of Disney on Sunday nights, because that was one of the movies that we saw as kids. And I don't understand why they're banning it, because it doesn't show the bad side of slavery. Every single part of the movie is a teaching moment. And I'm sad. I'm very sad. That's my political rant for the day. I'm done. Anyways, we had a really good time watching this movie, and it took us both back to our childhood. And whenever you can do something that takes you back to a happy time like that, is amazing. Just simply amazing. And that's how I get every time I go to Disney. I didn't go to Disney as a kid. We didn't do anything as kids, but we did watch Wonderful World of Disney. So, but going to Disney takes me back to being a kid. My childhood wasn't happy. Let me start by saying that. My childhood was not happy. I had a very hard childhood. But, you know, even in the worst of situations, there's always something that brings you joy. And going to Disney brings me joy. You know, watching that show on Saturday that took me back to a happy moment of my childhood brought me joy. And so I'm very glad that I bought it. I'm very glad that I bought the movie. I think everybody should see it. It's a good one. But so yeah, that's what we did on Saturday. We watched the movie and I ate my popcorn because I wanted popcorn. Of course, I get healthy popcorn, not the movie popcorn. 19 is you. Because the stuff you get at the movie theater, that is not good for you, popcorn. It is good popcorn, but it is not good for you, popcorn. And at home, I make healthy popcorn. 35 calories a cup. I can handle that. So I'm a popcorn and movie watcher. How about you? What do you munch on, if you munch on anything when you're watching a movie? Are you a popcorn person? Are you a candy person? I was never a big candy person. When I went to the movie theater as a kid, I had a popcorn and a soda. When I was growing up, we had a movie theater in the neighborhood. Well, it wasn't in the neighborhood. Our parents had to drive us. That only played G-rated movies. My parents were very G-rated for us. Why, I don't know. I mean, our childhood was not conducive of G-rated, but that's all that we were allowed to see. And every Saturday they had a new movie, a new Disney G-rated movie. And we saw things like Herbie and No Deposit, No Return, and what was the one with the big dog? All the Disney movies, Bedknobs and Broomsticks. I don't think that was a Disney movie back in the day, but it was G-rated. So we saw all those kind of movies on Saturdays. My parents would drop us off, and either our parents would pick us up or another parent would come pick us up. And we did that for a long time on Saturdays. I remember they could give us $1 a piece, and now I'm dating myself here. $1 a piece, and we could get into the movie and get a popcorn or a candy for $1. Boy, you can't do anything for $1 today. Nothing. You can't even buy a candy bar for $1. Super crazy that we would go to the movies for $1 and have a treat. Or an ice cream. Ice cream was the other option that we had at our movie theater. We had popcorn, candy, and ice cream. And I never did the ice cream during the movies. I never did. Like my little brother, he liked ice cream at the movies. I preferred popcorn. And I remember when I was a kid, my grandpa used to tell us about when he went to the movies, it was a nickel. And we used to be like, yeah, whatever. And here now I can say when I went to the movies, it was only $1, and that included your ticket and your treat. I remember the last time my husband and I went to the movies, I was shocked. It was like $16 or something. And I was like, oh my word. For one person. I'll wait till it comes out on Disney Plus. Because that's ridiculous. Because now you have to buy it through some ticket site, and they add a fee, and it's almost $20 by the time you're done. That's ridiculous. But somebody has to make money. It's not the movie theater though, because they're using some ticket site. I don't get it. I don't know. Pretty soon, movie theaters are going to be a thing of the past. I'm surprised they survived COVID. I know some of them didn't. But I have a friend who goes and sees every movie when it first comes out. Always. Every movie. It doesn't matter what it is. If you mention a movie, this friend of mine has seen it. And I was like, how can you go to the movies so much? And I guess now you can purchase that thing from, I think it's Regal. Pay one fee and watch all the movies you want for a year. That was being offered before COVID. I don't know. I haven't been to the movies, so I don't know if that's still a thing. Maybe that's what they were doing to try to keep from going bankrupt. I don't know. Just kind of weird how different things are, how things change, and the only constant in life is change. But like I remember watching the Jetsons as a kid, the cartoon, the Jetsons, and thinking that'd be so cool if you could see somebody's face when you were talking on the telephone with them. Hello? All that Jetson stuff came true except for flying cars. We don't have flying cars yet. Oh, and we don't have machines that dress us. But we have robots. Oh my gosh, when my husband and I went to one of my work conferences, we went to the restaurant in the hotel, and a robot served us our meal. I mean, a lady came and took our order, but a robot served the meal, brought it out from the kitchen. It was kind of crazy. And it would go to a particular area in the restaurant, and then it would flash its eyes at the table that the food was for. It was so amazing. I had to take pictures. Maybe I will find one of those pictures and put it in here, because that was kind of neat that the robot served our meal. Actually, I think I took a video, so I'll try to find that and put it in here. No, but it's still cool.
So then go to the table. Yeah, that's neat.
Watch it, because it'll.
Back in the kitchen.
Anyways, that is about it for today. I didn't get much done. I just kind of placed while I was running my mouth. This, oh, and I did pick another canvas to do when this one is done, because I know that I'm going to finish this one rather quickly once I get working on it, like really working on it. So I did pick another one that's very near and dear to my heart. I'm going to complete it for my husband, and it will go on the wall beside me. Where I sit right now is my Disney wall. Crafty Chef Diamond unboxed this one, and I told her, oh my gosh, I must have this, and she told me where to go get it. So it is Dopey. I'm gonna do Dopey. My husband ran the Dopey Challenge at Disney in January of 2022, and we have this commemorative wall over here. So I'm going to make Dopey for him. But it didn't come with stickers. So what I did was I made a copy, or I took a picture of the table on the side, and I printed the picture. I'm going to cut this out, and oops, I'm stuck. I'm going to cut this out, and I'm going to run it through my Xyron removable sticker maker, and I'm going to make my own stickers. And I've got the repositionable or removable, whichever you call it, so that I could take it off of the containers that I put the drills in. So when I finish this one here, I will be working on this one here, and then I will go back to my craft room chaos and finish that one. But I'll be kitting this one up here as soon as I finish this one, and so I'll put that on here, and that way I can still be Diamond Paintalong with Friends Disney Edition. So until next time, be sure to like, comment, share out the channel. If you're not a subscriber, I hope that you like what you see today, and you'll decide that you want to be a subscriber and stick around for more shenanigans of the empty nester, as well as more Paint Along with Friends Disney edition updates or progress reports. But until next time, have a fab day, friends.